All right, let's jump right in. A massive multi-billion rand opportunity has just hit the market to reshape South Africa's national road network. And listen, this isn't just some policy paper or a future dream. It's a live tender, and we're about to break down exactly what's on the table. And that's the keyword right there. Concrete. This isn't just talk. It's a real, actionable investment window that's open for business as we speak. This is happening now. And the scale? It's just staggering. We are talking about projects valued in the multi-billions of rand. This is a huge injection of capital aimed squarely at the country's economic arteries. So let's get into it and really unpack this landmark tender. The organization orchestrating this whole thing is the South African National Roads Agency. You probably know them as SANRAL. They're the ones leading this massive infrastructure push.
So what's the mission here? What's SANRAL trying to achieve? Well, it's a few big things. They need to upgrade and fix up critical road corridors, lock in maintenance contracts for the long haul, and just generally speed up how quickly this stuff gets built. And by bringing in private cash, they're also hoping to take some of that financial pressure off the government's books.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how on earth does a deal this big actually work? Let's deconstruct the whole thing, look at the mechanics of the partnership, and, translate some of that industry jargon into plain English. At its heart, this entire venture is built on what's called a public-private partnership, or a PPP. It's basically a long-term deal where a private company steps up to finance, build, and then operate a piece of public infrastructure. In this case, we're talking about South Africa's national roads. The specific model they're using here is called DBFOM. Now, that sounds complicated, but it just lays out everything the private partner has to do, from start to finish. They don't just show up and build the road. No way. They have to design it, find the money to finance it, operate it day to day, and then, this is the big one, maintain it for decades to come. It's the whole shebang. And when we say long-term, we mean it. The contracts or concession periods will run for anywhere between 15 and 30 years. Each one of these projects is a multi-billion rand commitment. So how does the private partner make their money back? Well, it's either through regular payments from the government or by collecting revenue directly from tolls. So who exactly is SANRAL trying to get to the table with a tender like this? I mean, who has the expertise, the deep pockets, and the sheer scale to pull off a project of this size? Well, they're really rolling out the red carpet for the heavyweights. We're talking about major construction and engineering firms, the ones with a proven track record. We're talking about huge infrastructure funds looking for steady, long-term returns. And, of course, experienced international operators. But honestly, the winning bid will probably come from a consortium, a team that brings all of those different skills together under one roof. And for anyone watching from outside South Africa, this is a really important point. Foreign capital is absolutely welcome, but it's not a complete free-for-all. Any international company has to partner up with local South African firms to meet the country's broad-based Black Economic Empowerment, or BBBE, and local content rules. Okay, let's just zoom out for a second and think about the big picture here. Why is this tender so critical for South Africa, especially right now? What's the real strategic reason behind pouring billions into these specific roads? The thinking from the top is crystal clear. As the quote says, these upgrades aren't just nice-to-haves. They are economically strategic. This is about so much more than just a smoother drive to work. It's about the fundamental health of the country's economy. You see, South Africa's road network is literally the lifeblood of its economy. It's the backbone for almost all freight movement, it's how national exports get to ports, and it's essential for trade with neighboring countries. If these roads get clogged up, the whole economic system feels the pain. So, what's in it for the investors who have to put up all this cash? What's the appeal? Well, first off, these super long-term contracts mean predictable cash flows, which is music to an investor's ears. Second, your main client is a government agency, which offers a ton of security. And finally, you get to own a piece of a real physical asset that tends to keep its value, even when inflation is high. And here it is, maybe the most important takeaway of all. For years, we've heard talk and seen policy papers about infrastructure investment. This tender signals a huge shift. We are officially moving from just intending to do something to having real, bankable, executable projects that are ready to go. So what's next? If you're out there and this has caught your attention, what are the immediate practical steps you need to take? All right, your next moves are absolutely critical. First things first, get your hands on the full request for proposals document, the RFP, and read every single page. Second, start preparing for the pre-qualification and technical checks because they will be rigorous. And third, and this is a big one, start putting your consortium together now. Trying to meet all the requirements at the last minute just won't work. And here's one final piece of pro advice. SANRAL is famous for running tight timelines. These processes are not open-ended, so for anyone who is serious about putting in a bid, getting involved early isn't just a good idea, it is absolutely critical. So with billions of rand on the line and the entire national economy in the balance, this is a massive bet on collaboration between the public and private sectors. The big question we're all left with is, will this be the partnership that truly paves South Africa's road to the future?